What's going on, guys? This is Adam. I'm the CEO and founder of Uprise Real Estate Partners, and I got to keep it real. What's irritating me right now? I just did another video about what's irritating me about the government, both Democrats and Republicans, in terms of lying to the people about what's going to come and what's going to happen, and they don't really happen the way they say it's going to happen, but neither here or there. What's really irritating me? Real estate cheerleaders. Real estate cheerleaders. Here's what I mean by that. When you're a cheerleader, it don't matter if your team is up, it don't matter if your team is down. You gotta cheer and you gotta smile, right? You cheering, you smiling. And someone that's just looking at you and ain't looking at the game, a lot of times they would be hard pressed to know if your team was winning or if your team was losing, right? Let's keep it real. But you could look at the fans. You could look at the fans of the team, and you would see them supporting their team, whether they were winning or whether they were losing. But you could tell by their body language and the things that they were saying whether your team was up or whether your team was down. And what I encourage all of us, people who are in real estate, people who work in the real estate service, that work in the industry, people like us that invest in real estate, I encourage us to be fans of real estate, but not cheerleaders. Here's what I mean by that. I'm getting emails, and I'm seeing other realtors put stuff on Facebook and social media, and obviously sending out emails that make it sound like real estate ain't got no problems right now. Making it sound like real estate has no issues right now. That just like it was a great time to buy 4 months ago, it's still a great time to buy. Just like it was a great time to sell 3 months ago, it's a great time to sell right now. Just like there were no issues with buying or selling 3 months ago, there's no issues right now buying or selling right now. And I'm going to just tell you right now, that ain't true. I think there was a movie with Chris Rock, head of state, and he was running for president. He kept saying, that ain't right, right? Talking about injustice and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't true. That ain't true. I saw something right now. It said Realtor.com argues now is still a good time to buy. Is it? Is it a good time to buy? Is right now a good time to buy? Okay. I'm not saying it's not a good time to buy, but y'all know how we do at real estate. We don't do this blanket. You know how we do at Uprise Real Estate Partners. We don't do this blanket, one size fits all. One message is for everybody. Even when we get down to nitty gritty in terms of investing, this type of investment is good for everybody. No, we don't do that. We say this type of investment is good for someone who has this, and this. This other type of investment is better for someone that wants this, and this, right? And a traditional buyer, this type of property would be good for someone that wants this, and this, right? We tailor a lot of things to our clients, looking out for their best interests, their goals, and their needs and desires, right? And so Realtor.com argues now is still a good time to buy. It says, whether buying a primary residence or an investment property, Realtor.com offers advice buyers want to hear. The temporary softening of the real estate market will likely be followed by a strong rebound. Here's my question. Here's my next question. How do you know and when? When is there going to be a strong rebound? And whatever answer you give me, how do you know? Because let's not get it twisted. There's a lot of people in real estate, because they got bills to pay, let's just keep it real, okay, that are going to try to act like the politicians, going to try to act like some of you, some of your friends and family, that want to act like all this is happening just because of the coronavirus. And once the coronavirus is done, we're going to go back, get back on track, and everything will be normal. Everything will be good. We'll just continue on our uprise. And if you understand the markets, if you understand the debt that has hit this country, that has accumulated, that over the last 10 years has been some of the most prosperous years in America, yet from a corporation standpoint and from an individual citizen standpoint. We have more debt than ever, and corporations and individuals have less savings and less money in the bank and less reserves than before, right? So, in my personal opinion, I hope I'm wrong. In my personal opinion, I believe we're going into a recession, right? I believe we're going to a recession. And if you want to know the extent of that, reach out to me, right? Love to talk to you. Love to converse and dialogue that, right? But I believe we're going to a recession. And for those of you who say, no, we're not, go back a few weeks and pay attention to what you were hearing from CEOs of banks and CEOs of companies and the government, the politicians. At first, they were saying, oh, it's just a virus. It's just going to last a little bit while. It'll be over in a little while after we shut down the economy. It'll just we'll have to shut down, but then our economy was really strong and prosperous, so we'll be back to normal, right? First you heard it was just a flu. It's just a flu. It's no big deal, right? Then next you heard, oh, it's a little bit more serious than the flu. Okay. Oh, we actually need to shut down. Oh, we actually need to wear gloves and masks. Okay. Then you started hearing, oh, well, yeah, we might have a little 2-month recession instead of just the time it shut down. We might have just a summer, a downturn in the summertime. We'll be good. Oh, it might just be about 4 months. Now what are you hearing? Now you're hearing CEO of corporations now saying, yeah, we're going to go into a recession. Now you're hearing some companies say, yeah, we're probably going into a recession for 2020 and then bounce back 2021. Now you're hearing other companies say, okay, we'll go into recession to 2021, but 2022 is going to be fire. Come on, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. The media, the public, they want to tell us things to try to, for the most part, keep us calm, right? Not panic until the back room figures out what's the next move, what's the next step. So I believe we're going to a recession. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we are not cheerleaders. There's going to be some tough times ahead. There's going to be some tough times ahead in real estate. One thing I've been communicating, telling our agents and telling other people in the industry is things are going to get tough. This is the time where you need to get tougher mentally, physically, spiritually. This is the time to get tough. Why? Because I was blessed. And yes, it's a blessing sometimes to go through hard times. I was blessed to get into the real estate market back in 2009 when the market was rock bottom. While people were getting out of real estate, I got into real estate. And so when I learned the game, I learned it in the jungle, as I call it. I learned it in the hard knocks. I learned it not having real estate be so easy, not where your mama and your sister and every neighbor wanted to sell or buy a house. Just keeping it real. Some of you had it easy, right? I learned real estate in the jungle. My mentors made wealth in the jungle. Right? When they led me and guided me and taught me, right? And so during that time, well, here's what's crazy. There were people that had to shut their businesses down back in the last recession. There were people that had to find a new career because they got laid off during that last recession. And as you know, there are tons of people that lost their housing in the last recession. So where do you think all the cheerleaders were in 09 and 10 and 11? All the cheerleaders that were saying, no, it's still a good time to buy. No, everything's fine. No, everything's still good. Let me help you sell and buy a property. What do you think those people were in 09, 10, and 11? I bet you a lot of them didn't last. Why? Because they weren't assessing the situation and making the tough decisions and pivoting their business in ways to serve and bring value to the public, to their community, so they could stay in business and continue to prosper by bringing value. I saw my mentors build wealth. I saw my mentors create a huge company that still survives today. And guess what? They're still going to prosper because the value that they brought worked. It was prime. It was developed. It was created in the jungle. And so now as we go back into a jungle, they know how to navigate it. And it's the same thing with our company. We knew a recession was going to come. All our clients know. Everyone that we've helped make money, everyone we helped sell a home, buy a home, we all knew a correction was going to come. A recession was going to come at some point. It's just that this coronavirus is now the start of it, right? It's the tipping point, right? It's opened up the gates for it. And so as a company, strategically, I've been preparing us to be primed, to be set up to serve our community in a time of recession, in a time of economic collapse. And so that's why I say we're built for this. We're ready for this. We're primed for this because we had it in mind. We love real estate. This is what we do. We love selling homes. We love helping people buy homes. We love investing homes. We love fixing up homes, right? But don't get it twisted. When we have a buyer come to us, when we have a seller come to us, the number one thing we do is we say, what are your goals? What are your needs? What are you looking to do? What's your current situation? Why do we do that? So we can help you understand all your options so you can make the best decision for your family. That's what we're about. We're not about cheerleading and making everything sound good when everything is not good and everything won't be good. Will there be some good? Absolutely. That's why we're still here. Will there be some bad? Yeah, there will be. There will be. And so that's what we're doing. We're educating our clients because, again, I had the blessing of being in the last economic crash and knowing how to survive and how to prosper out of that. And so we're advising all of our clients, both retail buyers and sellers and also investors, about where is there going to be opportunity during these next couple months and years, right? Where are there going to be issues? Where are there going to be problems? And where are there going to be solutions, right? And so, like I said, guys, I've been seeing, all I want to say is don't be a cheerleader, but be a fan. We're not cheerleaders. If something's bad, we're going to tell you it's bad. If something's good, we're going to tell you it's good. And if it's ugly, we're going to tell you it's ugly, right? But guess what? Just like a fan, whether you're a Cowboys fan, a Cleveland Browns fan, just like a fan, when your team is down, you want to pump them up. Come on. Let's make a comeback. Let's get a stop. Let's get one stop. Let's get two stops. Let's keep it going, right? That's a fan. We're down, but we ain't out. We're down, but we're not out. But a cheerleader, come on, guys. This is not the time to be a cheerleader. This is not the time to be a cheerleader. Don't be cheerleading when your people are losing homes. Don't be cheerleading when people are getting screwed over by banks that are making them pay lump sums for their forbearances and their mortgage. Don't be a cheerleader when people get laid off from their job and they can't afford their house payment anymore. Don't be a cheerleader when you're telling flippers to not make any adjustment from the last couple months for more flips they're going to do, and then when it's time to sell that property, it ain't what you thought it was, right? Don't be a cheerleader, but be a fan. Be a fan, because a fan says, dang, we got that player injured. Okay, who's going to step in? A fan says, man, this team is tough. They shoot a lot of three-pointers. Okay, but what's the coach's plan? What are we going to do? Right? And so during these times, there's going to be a lot of hardship and there's going to be a lot of tough things in real estate. But because of those things, it's going to reduce the competition in real estate from an agent perspective, an investor standpoint, a buyer standpoint, a seller standpoint. It's going to reduce the competition. You're still going to have a big core of buyers, of sellers, and investors who are still able to benefit during this time because so much competition, or just being honest, the posers or people that didn't really know what they're doing are getting out of the game. So now it allows people that are either more experienced, allows people who have a true need and not just, it's a good idea, right? To have a true need to take advantage and say, man, I need to sell my home, or I need to buy a new home because interest rates are low, or because my lease is up, or I just moved, I got relocated for a job, or I sold my house last year, I have this equity, and I got this money, and now I want to buy a house that's at a lower price. Those people are going to do well, right? But we need to be honest with people who are setting themselves up to fail. Right? And so my encouragement, guys, is be fans, not cheerleaders. Do not let anyone in real estate tell you that everything is good, everything's going to be good, there's not going to be any issues. No, there will be issues. Just like there was 10 years ago in the last recession. There will be issues. There will be problems, right? There will be a recession. I hope I'm wrong, but there will be a recession. So what does that mean for you? Well, it depends. What are your goals? What are your needs? What's your current situation, right? Let's find that out, and then let's help you during this time. Because one thing's for sure, in the years of 09, 10, 11, and 12, people still bought houses, people still sold houses, and people still invested in properties. And the same thing's going to happen again. But what I'm trying to communicate and explain is don't let anyone fluff you up. Find trusted advisors. Find people who are going to tell you the real deal, Holyfield. Find people who are going to be honest with you and tell you the good and the bad and the ugly. Because check this out, guys. If you tell me this is good, this is bad, this is ugly, and I take your advice on the good and it works, awesome. You know where the landmines are. You know where not to step. You know how to help me navigate through this thing, through the jungle. Let's go. But if you just tell me the good and you don't tell me the bad and you don't tell me the ugly, and all I'm doing is stepping on landmines, we're not going to have a good relationship and we're not going to do much business together after that, right? So, guys, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to give the information out. We're keeping our finger on the pulse from lenders to buyers to sellers. Like literally, we're putting houses on the market and I'm calling my sellers that aren't ready yet. And I'm saying, here's what's going on. Here's what's happening in your price point, in your area. Here's what's going on. Not no monthly update. We're doing weekly or like every other day update, right? So our sellers and our buyers know what's going on, what's happening. Our investors know what's going on, what's happening. And it's the good, the bad, and the ugly so they can make the best decision for themselves, right? It's wisdom. Wisdom isn't just getting all the good news and then saying, okay, let's go. And then having a whole bunch of blind spots. No, wisdom is seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly, knowing your blind spots so that you can make sure that you are navigating in a way or protecting yourself in a way to where you allow yourself to prosper. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you guys would like to get continuous content from us, continued updates from us, please like us. Please send us a direct message. We love to have your email. We'll send you updates via video and also possibly a blog soon as well. So we'll have to keep you guys updated. Love you. Stay with it. We're here. If you know anyone that needs help or anyone that has any questions during this time, whether they're in a situation where they're the stressed seller or whether they're in a situation where they're behind on payments or they're trying to navigate what they need to do with the bank, please let us know. We'd love to help. Also, if you have any investors that are like, hey, I was in the last recession or I missed the last recession and I'm ready. I'm primed and ready. I'm ready to invest, but I just need to know, or I just need someone to help me navigate during this time. We'd love to help them, navigate. The beautiful thing about this is we know where the landmines are at. We know where the landmines are at. And so we love to help guide you guys that have goals and want to see those achieved. So love y'all. See y'all soon. Hope this helps.